Today's first reading is quite special to me. It is the dramatic conversion story of my namesake, St. Paul, who was originally known as Saul of Tarsus. At the beginning of this story, Saul is bound for the synagogues of Damascus to round up and arrest those who followed Jesus. But by the end of the story, Saul is the one in those very same synagogues in Damascus, preaching and proclaiming the Lord's way. It is an incredible turnabout brought upon by a blinding light and the voice of Christ, not to mention the kindness of the disciple Ananias. In fact, even though I am named after the apostle, the one who grabs my attention in this story is Ananias, that skeptical Christian in Damascus who is called upon by God to accompany and mentor Saul through his blindness and confusion. I understand Ananias' skepticism. Saul was a threat. He was an agent of a corrupt authority sent to carry out unjust orders. He was a violent and proud man who condoned the murder of the first Christian martyr, Stephen. With that in mind, I admire Ananias' willingness to follow the Lord's instructions and embrace such a bitter enemy. I pray that I might have the same trust as Ananias had when faced with similar circumstances. I hope that I can extend compassion to the people who I assume hated me. Such a task is not easy, but I ask the Lord to give me Ananias' strength to love and to not be intimidated by those who would threaten or could overpower me. And yet the moments of conversion in this story are just the beginning. Saul, who would become Paul, had a long road ahead of him. And I'm also drawn to the phrase in the latter part of the story that reads, "He got up and was baptized, and when he had eaten, he recovered his strength." This connects to today's gospel about receiving and consuming the most holy body and blood of Christ. These are the foods that sustain and nourish us as Catholics. The Eucharist and the Eucharistic community are the very things that can help us recover our strength for our journey of life. The conversion moments we have may be dramatic or awe-inspiring, but the real muster is what happens throughout every day that follows in maintaining a spirit of fidelity and communion on the long road ahead. So may God be with you on your holy way.